I welcome Mayor Patricia Matthews and Sargent Glenn Henry. Sargent, we did talk about important issues. What are your expectations? And Canada is a land of opportunities, and lots of people in the world now believe that this is the best country for immigrants in the world. And I don't have any doubt, and lots of people admit that. And the reason for this, the main reason is that there are so many facilities. There is freedom of speech. There is, you can raise your voice, you can say your thing, whatever you want to say. And at the same time, you have certain responsibilities too. But I would like to know from you that people because every single day, because lots of people, they come to our country, and especially Alberta being the hub of the economy, Canadian economy, lots of people migrating to Alberta. And for a newcomer, what would you suggest? Because it's hard to grasp all the things quickly. Right, from police perspective, what do you think? What are the rights of a new Canadian immigrants?
Well, the rights in Canada are based on the Canadian Charter of Rights, and you touched on a few of those. The rights of free speech, the rights of freedom to go wherever you want to go, the rights not to be afraid of the state, to be falsely arrested, that type of stuff. In this country, and I agree with you, I believe this is probably the best country in the world. When people come here, they may not recognize that we have a lot of rights. People, I think, right or wrong, come to Canada and are not educated in our rights. And so I think it's important to let people know that although the laws of the country that they've been living in, they may know those. When they come to Canada, I want them to educate themselves to be aware of their rights here in Canada and to exercise their rights. Some of the issues from a policing standpoint is we're seeing some issues of domestic violence where husband and wife are fighting. And I think it's very important to tell husbands and wives that it is not all right to hurt each other or one to hurt the other. It is not okay or acceptable to keep people in prison or in their own homes, for example. It's not all right to have people work without proper pay. It's not all right to have very poor work conditions. There's many, many rights and laws of Canada that apply not only in Canada, Alberta, but in Chestermere specifically. So the message I'd like to tell people is educate yourself on your rights. If you feel your rights are being violated, that's where we, the police, come in. Call us, ask us, talk to us. We will do investigations. We are the people that protect your rights. So we don't get a lot of complaints as a general rule. I don't want to think that is because we don't have problems.
No, I think, Sargent, you have touched a very important issue, and I will not hesitate, because I would like to, translate it. Give me a few minutes. And, Sargent ने ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੁਣ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ, ਮੈਂ ਸਮਝਦਾ ਕਿ ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਿ ਕੋਈ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਮੁਲਕਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕੰਟਰੀਜ਼ ਤੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਏ ਆ, ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਦਾ ਸਿਸਟਮ, ਉੱਥੇ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਜਿਕ ਮਾਹੌਲ, ਉੱਥੇ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਜਿਕ ਤਾਣਾ ਬਾਣਾ, ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਔਰ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਸਪੈਸੀਫਿਕ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਸਾਜਣ ਨੇ ਕਹੀਆਂ ਕਿ ਅਗਰ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੜਾਈ ਝਗੜਾ ਹੈ, ਹਸਬੈਂਡ ਵਾਈਫ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੜਾਈ ਝਗੜਾ ਹੈ, ਕਿਸੇ ਕਿਸਮ ਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਮਾਰ ਕੁਟਾਈ ਹੈ, ਕਿਸੇ ਕਿਸਮ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਤਸ਼ੱਦਦ ਹੈ, ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਕਸੈਪਟੇਬਲ ਨਹੀਂ, ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਹਨ। ਸੋ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀ ਅਗਰ ਕੋਈ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਹੈ ਕਿਸੇ ਕਿਸਮ ਦੀ, ਤੇ ਸਾਡਾ ਫਰਜ਼ ਬਣਦਾ, ਇਟਸ ਆਵਰ ਡਿਊਟੀ to report it to police. Sargent, I would like to know that a common citizen, like you said that there are not many issues like that in Chestermere. If a person who is new, can they come to you? Can they reach you somewhere to know more about these things?
If they have any questions, they certainly can come see us or call us. Certainly, anybody who has access to the internet can look up their rights on the internet quite easily. I believe There's a lot of associations and people that can help free advice. So I think every situation is unique. Every person has their own.
Absolutely.
If language is an issue, then we don't have anybody on site in Chestermere right now to translate, but we can find people.
I think I will, for that probably I'll have a question for our mayor, because so many people from different diverse groups are, living in Chestermere, and I think many more will come, hopefully. Let me ask you first question before asking this question. What's our philosophy for the city of Chestermere? I always wanted to ask this question, that are we trying to expand, or are we trying to stay, okay, this is a little peaceful community and we want to stay as we are? So what's the philosophy?
We're looking to expand in the right manner. So
right manner, perfect.
What we did a few years ago is we annexed a bunch of land in order to make sure that we grew in the manner that we wanted to. We like Chestermere to be a place that encourages business, that brings new people to the community, but still recognizes that we have that small, unique, small town feel. So you can still go to the store, and I can run into you in the store, and you can say, "Hey, Patricia, how's things?"
Absolutely.
Right? We can still have that conversation.
Absolutely.
But to be completely to not have growth is to die as a community. And we can't afford that. What we need the vitality of new businesses. We need to have new industry. We need to have new people in order to continue to be a great place to live.
Because while being a citizen of Chestermere, I always feel that around Calgary, Chestermere is one of the place which is outside the Calgary, but still very, very easily accessible. When I see certain communities, new communities coming up in the north of Calgary, past Country Hill and some other side, in the south side of the city, I see I feel that we are from Chestermere, we have better access to even the Calgary downtown and all other places. So I think there are some better reasons people, like you said, good people should come to Chestermere.
Absolutely. We are the oasis in Alberta, and we focus on recreation, which is what we do really well, right? Access to the lake, being able to be out there. You can go on a bike path. If you wanted to ride your bike downtown every day, you can do it from Chestermere.
Absolutely. So now, again, from where it started, Sargent was talking about different diverse groups and, some language issues and things like that. And I know we are having other facilities in Chestermere, libraries coming up. What can people from different ethnic backgrounds, what can they expect from these things? Is there any help for people to develop their language skills or other things?
Absolutely, that's a great question. The library right now, which is located in the basement of Town Hall, is looking for feedback from people to put on English as a second language courses again. We offered them for a while, and we didn't get quite the response that we were expecting. So they need to know what people are looking for. Everybody in Canada got here because somebody in their family immigrated here.
Absolutely.
And it's important to embrace that and be able to, have different opportunities. Language is a huge one. A lot of people move to Chestermere that have small kids, and their kids get into school and have a lot of practice with English, where they may not necessarily have that at home. So we have different social programs that we offer access to meet your neighbors and get to know people within your community.
Absolutely.
The English as a second language opportunity is one of them. We do a Moms and Tots program, so if you have little kids, you get to come in and, kids are a great neutralizer, right? Everybody has the same concerns regardless of where you're from in life when you have little kids. So it's really important for us to be able to get that kind of feedback. And our social plan that Community Services is putting out focuses on that too. How do we make sure that we can all be better neighbors with one another? So feedback's a great thing. During the summertime, we offer through the town in Community Services a package for block parties. Which, if you've just moved into a neighborhood, cul-de-sacs are a marvelous thing, as you know. Have your neighborhood have a block party. You get everybody together. You can have a barbecue, or you can do tandoori if you want, and get it all set up. It gives you the opportunity to get to know one another, right? When you have familiarity, when you know your neighbors, your community's safer.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's a very important aspect, and I think we have talked about quite a few issues. And Mayor, I really like to thank you. You have picked up so many, words from some Indian languages. Tandoori is a very common word, though. But then, you came up with Sat Sri Akal.
I'd like to thank my very good teacher.
Yeah. Sargent, is there anything I missed and you wanted to say?
Just quickly, and it's not really for me to promote, but I think it's important for people to know that there is actually starting tomorrow a group of people getting together to talk about trying to include all the different ethnic origins in Chestermere, to see what we can do as a community to include them. So that's a process that's starting very soon. I hope the people that are organizing it, and I'm going to be involved in that. I'm certainly not organizing it, but I'll be involved to try to see what we can do to bring more cultures together, to see what as a community we can do. It's my understanding the work of this committee will probably report to Mayor Matthews and Council, and that's a positive thing for a small community to be reaching out to everybody in the community to try to include them to be one big community. So I think we're very progressive in our thinking, and that's nice to see.
Yes, I mean, just one question, I probably missed it. I mean, I did ask Mayor the question. What is, like, from police perspective, from law and order, like those things, driving, and then, thefts and drugs and, violence. What's the main issue? What's the number one issue, like, from police perspective? What's the, like, still, although we are good, we are doing pretty good, but like, what's the number one issue right now?
I wouldn't say we have a number one issue. We have a number of issues. I'm very pleased and proud to say that we have very good citizens for the most part. We have a very safe community. We have a lot of traffic, especially at certain times of day, in the morning and the afternoon. We have not had serious collisions in a number of years. We don't have those type of events that they do in communities that have large highways through them. So I'm very pleased to say that. But that doesn't mean we don't have to stop doing our traffic enforcement to make sure people slow down and make sure people obey the laws.
Absolutely.
As far as a priority, we live so close to the city of Calgary. We do see a spillover of some of the criminal activities in Calgary. So we have to be very vigilant and again, work with our partners with the Calgary Police Service to identify the bad people in our community and to stay on top of them. I fear if we don't have a strong police presence and an awareness of these people, it'll be a place for people to come hide. And so that's always my fear, that we're not on top of our criminal activity.
Perfect, very good. And I think the main focus, Mayor and Sargent, the main thing is to be interactive with either the police or the city, or because if we raise the issue, then there can be solutions. That's the main thing. So at the end, what would you like to say?
Absolutely. Mayor? Chestermere is not a community about us and them. Chestermere is about we. And the more we interact with one another, the more we can help make our community better.
Perfect. And Sargent?
It's really the same message. The police can't work alone. We have to work with the community. We work for the community. We represent the community. So the community has to help us for us to help the community.
Very good, and I really thank you, and I really appreciate, and especially, you brought the Sargent, and, even next time, whenever you have issue, and you please, you're always welcome, and there were so many good things to learn, and there is always things to learn, so I really thank you, I appreciate, and thanks.
Thank you very much. Shukriya.
Thank you very much जी शुक्रिया रेडियो सर संगम ते जी ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਚੈਸਟਰਮੇਅਰ ਦੇ ਮੇਅਰ ਪੈਟਰੀਸ਼ੀਆ ਮੈਥਿਊਜ਼ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੇ ਆਰਸੀਐਮਪੀ ਦੇ ਸਰਜੈਂਟ ਗਲੈਨ ਹੈਨਰੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਬੜੀ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਭਰਪੂਰ ਸਾਰੀ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਸੀ। ਮੇਰਾ ਖਿਆਲ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਰੋਤਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਕਾਫੀ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿੱਖੀਆਂ ਹੋਣਗੀਆਂ। ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਸਮਾਪਤ।